The moment a father's heart swells beyond words, the kind of moment that makes time slow down, arrived for millions of fans when Justin Bieber revealed a tender, unexpected new glimpse of his son Jack, just days before the little boy's very first birthday. And it wasn't just another post or publicity stunt, it felt like a sacred offering, a rare, intimate window into a part of his life that for the past year has been fiercely guarded from the world's gaze. And for those who have followed Justin's journey from a small-town Canadian kid posting videos on YouTube to one of the most recognizable and influential artists on the planet, this new chapter feels profoundly different, deeply human, and incredibly moving, because while Justin Bieber has been in the public eye for over half his life, every haircut, every tattoo, every song release and relationship scrutinized and analyzed by millions, the birth of his son Jack Blues Bieber in August 2024 marked a complete turning point, a moment that shifted the center of his universe. And instead of capitalizing on the moment with a glossy magazine spread or orchestrated hospital photo op, Justin and his wife Hailey quietly stepped away from the blinding glare of fame and chose to cocoon themselves in privacy, focusing not on the spectacle, but on the sacred, building a safe, loving environment for their newborn, far away from the paparazzi's long lenses and the internet's unblinking eyes. And for the past 12 months, they have remained committed to protecting their child's identity, giving the world only the smallest, most carefully chosen glimpses, sometimes a tiny hand gripping Justin's finger, sometimes a blurred background presence in a candid shot, sometimes just the silhouette of a small head resting on Hailey's shoulder. All carefully framed to give nothing away, while still allowing fans to feel a heartbeat of connection, because from the very start, Jack's health, happiness, and sense of normalcy have been their highest priorities, and by all accounts they have succeeded. But now, as August 22nd, the day Jack turns 1, draws near, something subtle has shifted, and recently Justin took to social media to share a series of candid photographs that have left fans in awe. Images that feel like they've been pulled straight from a treasured family album rather than the curated feed of a global superstar, filled with warmth, unguarded emotion, and moments so personal they almost feel like they weren't meant for public eyes. In one of them, Justin cradles Jack close, sunlight spilling across their faces, his eyes filled with that unmistakable mix of pride, awe, and vulnerability that only a parent knows. While in another, Jack, with his golden hair catching the light, takes tentative steps towards something unseen, his tiny fingers reaching out with curiosity, Hailey's hands hovering protectively close by, ready to steady him if he falters. And those golden locks have become a talking point in themselves, reminding longtime fans of Justin's own sun-kissed hair in his early career, a subtle but powerful reminder of life coming full circle. And the reaction online has been swift and deeply emotional, tens of thousands of comments flooding in within hours, not the usual gossip-fueled frenzy, but a chorus of heartfelt congratulations and admiration, messages like he's Justin's twin. And this is the sweetest thing you've ever shared, a collective acknowledgement of how deeply people are connecting with this moment, because it doesn't feel like celebrity news, it feels like a community gathering to celebrate something universal, the pure joy of family. And if the photos weren't enough, Justin's recent music video for his song Yukon, directed by Cole Bennett, has amplified this emotional resonance. Filmed in timeless black and white, the visuals weave together fleeting, unscripted moments that feel almost stolen from private life. Justin laughing as Hailey carries Jack into the ocean, the couple walking barefoot along a quiet beach in Spain, the waves rolling in as Justin kneels to play with his son, Jack's small legs kicking with delight in the water, and through it all, his face remains hidden, a deliberate, loving choice that speaks volumes about the balance Justin and Hailey are trying to strike between sharing their joy and protecting their child's right to grow up away from the spotlight. And for anyone paying attention, it's clear that parenthood has transformed them both in profound ways, because over the past year, Justin has spoken openly about how becoming a father has grounded him, slowed him down, and deepened his sense of purpose, while Hailey has embraced motherhood with a grace and strength that radiates in every candid moment, both of them shifting their public lives to center more on family and values rather than appearances and events. And as Jack's first birthday approaches, there's a palpable sense of anticipation among fans, not for an album drop, not for a tour announcement, but for the quiet joy of a family milestone. And while no details of the celebration have been shared, it's easy to imagine it being something intimate and meaningful. Perhaps a gathering in their home with close family and friends, maybe a sunlit afternoon at the beach, the kind of day that might never be posted online, but will live forever in their hearts. And for those who have grown up with Justin's music, who have followed him through the dizzying highs and painful lows, it's remarkable to see this transformation. To watch the young man who once sang Baby now holding his own baby, his priorities rearranged, his joy rooted not in fame or fortune, but in the everyday miracles of parenthood. And this is what makes the story resonate so deeply, not because it's a celebrity moment, but because it's a human one. A reminder that the most extraordinary chapters of our lives are often written in the quietest, most fleeting instants, the ones we hold close and revisit in our minds years later. And so as the world counts down to August 22nd, fans everywhere are holding their breath, united not by gossip, but by a shared appreciation for love, family, and the passage of time. And perhaps that's the most beautiful thing of all. Because in showing us these moments, Justin isn't just letting us peek into his life, he's inviting us to remember our own, to think about the milestones that have shaped us, the people who have held us, the memories that make up the fabric of who we are. And so, in this rare alignment of fame and intimacy, Justin Bieber has given the world a gift, not in the form of a new single or tour, but in the form of a living, breathing story about love, growth, and the unbreakable bond between a father and his son. A story that will only deepen as the years pass, and if this glimpse into the Bieber family's journey has moved you, remember to hold on to those quiet moments in your own life, because sometimes, as Justin is proving, the most extraordinary stories come from the simplest, most unassuming days, and they are worth cherishing, worth protecting, and worth sharing, not for the world's approval, but for the joy of remembering them exactly as they were.